and we are live for a special episode on Indian football. Joining me on the show today, Shyam Iyer. Shyam, the last time we met on this show, आवाज echo हुआ, but not today. I hope you're doing well today.
I'm great, doing well. I
And
hope you guys know each other.
joining us is a very special guest from CID. Um, अभिषेक बच्चन से भी रोज मुलाकात करते हैं ये. Pradyumna Tembhekar. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get that
it's
right? Obviously, yes.
soon to be Dr. Pradyumna Tembhekar.
Soon
Yeah.
to be. Oh, yeah. Also
Producer.
joining us, today is Ashwin Noronha. Ashwin, so glad to have you on the show.
Hi,
After
Prasad.
two screenings, like
Yes,
the one there where we were buzzing after the win against Thailand, and the one now that we have gone 2-0, we have lost 2-0 to UAE. So going straight to you, Ashwin, uh, on the performance India's performance. Did you see that first half performance coming in,
yes.
especially after many of us didn't expect it? Many of us thought that UAE was going to just slice us wide open, and we were going to, concede early. Did you see that
Yep.
first half of performance coming?
So after the performance against Thailand, I think a little bit more was expected from India, and yes, a lot of more strategy was pulled into about physicality of the UAE players and their pace too. But looking at Udantas, Ashiks, and to be very specific on the defense part, we played a wonderful game in the very first half. UAE was lacking a lot in the first half, and they were really shocked at the point. They were really not expecting the powerhouse pace attack that was coming on them. And yes, though we had less possession, I think we made most of our chances. Luck wasn't on our side, as you could see, right, Prasad?
Yeah, that's there. And Sham, like Ashwin said, like luck wasn't on our side. We dominated that half, but we conceded, and against the run of play. Your take on that after
Uh,
dominating?
to be honest, it was kind of difficult to see the boys concede after the number of chances we missed in the start. Uh, Defensively, there were a couple of lapses in terms with Anas and Subhashish, the ball going just behind, dropping just behind them, and they not being able to clear it. And Gurpreet, to be honest, could have saved it, the first one, but
Hmm.
unlucky, to be honest, with the scoring.
Pradyumna, yeah, Pradyumna, did you see, were you surprised to see no changes in the lineup, or do you think he was right to go with the same starting 11?
I think, to be very honest with you, I was quite I was not quite surprised, to be honest, but I was quite expecting, as you said, because the kind of dominating performance we had against Thailand. I guess he might not have made too many changes, considering it is the United Arab Emirates, the favorites from the group, and considering the way we played against Thailand, it might have surprised the coach himself. To be very honest, but according to his pragmatic, not pragmatic as such approach, but according to whatever Stephen Constantine has been doing since the last 2 to 3 years as India coach in charge, I actually expected him to go with the same lineup. But given the fact that it was UAE, I was quite disappointed when he almost gave up when he substituted Thapa with Borges, and then he didn't substitute Ashik Kurunin, who wasn't having a good game,
Yeah,
especially has second half.
yeah.
So the giving up approach and thinking about the next game well in advance. I think if Stephen Constantine wouldn't have done that, at least we would have put up a fight till the end.
A point, at least got a point. At least,
Yes,
like,
yes,
like,
yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
if you see that game, I tweeted out saying we at least deserve a point.
True.
Absolutely, we didn't deserve zero. Obviously, the two chances. Then it all comes down to who's clinical.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But we at least deserved 1 point. And Ashwin,
Hmm.
going straight to you on the next issue, which is very less spoken of, but since we've kind of spoken that after the screening and a few hours back, your take on the refereeing decisions, the referees' decisions that influence the game. Your
Yes.
take on that. And Sham, I'm going to come to you guys both because we want to hear perspectives from all of you.
Okay, so what I will say is they did not look the standards that are set at the FIFA level or at the AFC level at all. Silly decision making by the referees. They were very, very you can say very clear corner, not given up. The referees look as if they had no clue where the ball is going. It looked like they were with UAE at that time. Again, not the best refereeing at this level, not expected. I guess we had enough blunders at the ISL level, and I don't think this should continue at the AFC level.
Pranjal Banerjee, are you hearing this? Pranjal Banerjee.
So yes, not the best refereeing, and I think a lot of good chances were taken by the referee. They did not give out cards at fouls committed by UAE. That were very clear fouls. So, but otherwise, I think refereeing should improve at the global level right now. VAR was not used in these games, as you know.
And correct. Shyam, your take on the refereeing decisions? Anything
I
applies to
don't think
refer?
VAR is even helping us. Like even for the Chelsea game against Spurs,
Yeah.
so
Oh my.
it's not something I want to go on to. I rather not go on to discuss that. But to be honest, it wasn't that great. Again, just seconding Ashwin's thought that it could have been really better. From what decisions, I think he was getting a little influenced by the home team,
Hmm.
maybe a little support, getting a little bit intimidated, I would say,
Dude, he wanted to get
by
out
the
of that ground alive.
maybe, but he was a Mexican, so I don't think he had his support from Sinaloas and so that's not. I don't think that would have been any problem and an issue for me. But to be honest, it could have been better. Again, not blaming the referees, but it's just could have been better.
Pradyumna, crossbar denies Udanta equalizer before we were denied that a lot of good saves from a lot of saves from the UAE keeper. Chetri's header was a peach
Hmm.
of a header, and that cross was sumptuous. That
Exactly.
deserved a goal. We were bound to go 1-0 up there.
Correct.
And your thoughts on the chances saved and the chances missed? Chances missed in the game.
I think an unlucky day in the office for the Indian team because of the simple fact that we actually dominated over the group favorites, and that was a statement to be made. And to be to be actually pinpoint honest with you guys, I guess even from the first game we were not that optimistic about the team. And after the Thailand domination, we actually expected something against the United Arab Emirates, even though the odds were against us.
Hmm.
And given the fact that we had so many chances, Chetri providing almost an assist to Kurunian with the goalkeeper having a magnificent save. Chetri's header questionable because if you actually see, he actually headed the ball right into the goalkeeper's body.
And
So that was a bit debatable.
We
Given
used
the
all our
fact,
luck in
yeah,
the
we used
Thailand
all
game
our luck, and
against
that
Thailand.
was
So
yeah, exactly. But no, the thing is, when JJ came on for, I guess he substituted Nursery. Yeah. So
yeah,
when
not.
JJ substituted Nursery, and then the gameplay that led to Udanda hitting the crossbar yet again, that was a good move. And India were actually showing that if we want to actually decimate and rip opponents apart, we actually can do that. That was a very, very strong statement. But again, it's just Naseeb ka khel, so we just can't
but
talk much.
you guys,
Also, on the referee
do you
thing.
guys, do you guys think that the substitution of Udanta was the right move? I think
No, no,
that
He
time
gave
Ashik
up.
it's like,
Ashik was
Constantine
already
gave up.
tired.
No, no,
I
yeah,
think
Constantine gave
Ashik
up,
was
man.
already tired that time. He could have taken
Exactly.
Ashik off,
I
A-
agree
and
with you, Sam.
Ashik was tired, and
yeah,
if
Completely.
you, Ashik was looking fatigued. Ashik was also not clinical in his finishes. Ashik was not taking those runs which he
no,
was taking against the Thai
he was
defense.
good. He was good in the first 60 minutes, but at
Exactly.
one point of time, he was just tired, and we could
Yes.
have done with
Yeah,
a
yeah.
like better pair of legs, like a fresher pair of
But I
legs
think taking
to
off
be
Absolutely.
replaced.
Udanta at least took away something from us.
Then
So Udanta was
adding up on the refereeing ka thing, na, I actually had an opportunity to talk to one of these journalists,
Hmm.
mm,
and he actually said that yeah, Middle East में जो tournaments होते हैं ना, there
mm,
what happens there is generally the host nation के against the referees are a bit partial, and this happens in all the Middle East countries. This happens in all, or even all FIFA international friendlies
I
where
think
take place.
there are reasons for that as well.
Yeah, there was absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Like Pradyumna said, he wanted to get out of the stadium alive.
and more
And
importantly, he was
also
Mexican.
one more fact where
Yeah,
you,
Sham,
if I
go
don't
on.
know if you have noticed that
Hmm.
in the first half,
Hmm.
Gurpreet kept on pushing the balls out to Udanta,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like I think that was a tactic that played like paid out well, and it
Mm.
played like it created a
No, no,
lot
the
of
left back,
chances.
the left back was inexperienced. The left back had
Maybe the
just
left back was
3 to 4 senior
inexperienced,
and
but the
development
Hmm.
appearances.
Gurpreet's
Yes.
ball distribution was amazing because every time he
Yeah.
kicked hard, he kicked it like at the right spot, just behind the defender, and
Correct.
just ran at the defender,
And
and he got a lot of opportunities.
at every
The
moment it
f-
looked like he would get up with an assist
Yeah,
also.
the
yeah.
first
Hmm.
goal was just like a lapse of concentration, to be honest.
No, I think
Correct.
that could have been saved. That
Yeah,
was
that would have been saved. It was
uh,
like Anas,
Anas was very poor
exactly.
to
Anas
be
was
fair.
very
To be
poor.
fair,
He should have taken the ball, and then
yeah.
after Zingan got injured, even he was looking a bit down.
Mm. Mm.
So
Mm.
Exactly.
there were 2 3 dicey moments at the defense with Sandhu as well. You could see there was some miscommunication continuously happening when there was a ball that was wrongly cleared.
Correct.
Uh, Sandhu did not go up to collect it. They were talking about who is going to come up, right? So
that's one of the reasons why I wanted Rovlin to start over
Hmm.
Narzai. We could have
Same.
had
Same.
yeah,
Ashik on the left and Rovlin, Pranoy, and Thapa in the middle, so that just that they could have had a support, a shield blocking in front of them
yeah,
Correct.
for these kind
Correct.
of balls. But
And we had a very good approach, because they like taking into fact that it was the United Arab Emirates with 11 physical individuals, tall individuals. We did not play long ball as much
and
as
one of the
we are
favorites, to
supposed
be
to do.
honest,
so
one of the
as much
favorites
Exactly.
as
of the going
Yeah,
to win
and
the
we didn't, and
AFC
exactly
Cup.
we didn't play the way we generally play. Sandesh
yeah,
Jhingan
Yeah,
doing a kung fu clearance out of nowhere, and Thapa providing long balls out
positive
of
football,
nowhere.
positive football. If we had taken those chances, Ashik would have slotted that
Exactly.
one in, and Setri would have got that. We would have been
got
2
that.
nil up at
Yeah,
least in
Stephen
the first
Correct.
half.
Constantine just turned into a Mauricio Sarri.
Ashwin, going straight
Yeah,
to you on
I
going.
yeah,
would beg to differ on that, but let's say he turned in. He was good. Like he did
he's
whatever he
good.
could.
Ashwin, going straight to you. Group A blown wide open, especially after Thailand's 1-0 win over Bahrain. And wide open in the sense that UAE now top the group with 4 points and they have superior goal difference of two.
Yes,
India is on three with a
goal
goal
difference of
difference of
one.
one. Yes, one. And then you have
Thailand
Thailand who has -2, courtesy of our
4.
4-1 win. So that's a positive.
Yes,
Then
that's a goal.
and Bahrain is like 1 point, and the goal difference doesn't look good for them. But here's what we our viewers would like to know on the scenarios that are in Group A, that are in the Group A right now, the progression that is at stake after Monday night fixture against Bahrain. Win, lose, or draw. Can all three of you take the viewers through those possibilities?
Yes. So if India wins against Bahrain, so they go straight through as the toppers of the table.
Mm.
If they score +2 and UAE does not score, just wins 1-0 or something like that. And
Hmm.
if Bahrain win, then it's going to be a very very dicey group. But they have to win with a bigger goal difference. If Thailand wins against UAE, which looks very difficult, uh, courtesy their performance against courtesy their performance against the wait, my godson up here right now. He wants to join.
I think he would
So
want to take
yeah,
one of
yeah,
those.
sorry, he's getting into Indian football right
We
now.
have
So
a
he's
young blue pilgrim in the house.
yes, yes, exactly. Okay. So yeah. So looking at it, the game seems the group is very much open. India needs to win it. Uh, uh, Drawing is not a solution right now. I will not prefer a draw game. Uh, if you would like to take it because I think my godson is not ready to listen up. Give me
Sham, can you take us through from where Ashwin stopped? Like, if we win, we are through. If we
So
win,
the
we are through. Yeah, correct. Go on.
a win takes us through.
Surely.
A draw looks like one of the prospects where we can go like a top three teams like
Mm.
go through with a positive goal difference, obviously. But anything apart from that, it looks like difficult for us. But Bahrain again, not a not a not a difficult side, but one of the sides which we can beat after a positive performance against UAE. I think we will get a result, maybe a positive result. Even a point would be good enough for us to go through the next round.
Pradyumna, fancy a loss? No. And your take on the progression scenario? How it might pan out on Monday?
Well, if Javi Hernandez had to say that we are going to finish fourth in the group,
And
and
Bahrain are
if
going to win the
we
league.
and and we are believing on a Middle East Cats prediction that we will top the group, I'd rather take the prediction of the cat instead, because the way
Scared.
the cat, because first of all they have defied all odds, and first of all they have defied everyone's expectations of us playing that good. So
Hmm.
basically, the hopes are very high, and to be optimistic is not a bad deal anymore, because we are not just getting results, we are getting convincing results that we deserve this victory or we don't deserve that loss. We have the right to say now that we actually can go out there and get 3 points against a team like Bahrain, which actually decimated us in the 2011 Asian Cup, if you remember.
Yeah.
So that confidence that has been instilled in the team, by the fans on our team, is going to be so influential that I don't even want to fancy a situation where we draw and or where we lose, because if you look at the top, if you look at the teams that are finishing third in each group, there's Kyrgyzstan there, there's Lebanon there, there's Vietnam there, there's Philippines there, Indonesia, and then there's Thailand. So these are the teams that are currently in the in the six in the top in the what third place finishing teams at the moment, and Thailand is the team that is topping the list. So with a team that has a -2 goal difference and still topping that group, so even if we finish third, there's no problem as such. But we don't want to be dicey and we don't want to take that risk. And given the fact that we are high on confidence, I actually fancy a win against Bahrain and a convincing win against Bahrain so as to enter the round of 16 in style. The road
Yeah.
is long, but the belief is everything.
Oh, what a statement,
Oh,
Shyam. Shyam, I read a statement on the internet today, and that said, rankings matter less on that day. You never know which team might turn up. But UAE was 79th. UAE are 79th. Bahrain is 113th. We are
Yeah,
95.
yeah.
And seeing the way we've performed in the first two games,
Hmm.
let's say we'll put up a show against Bahrain. I'm confident. I think Stephen Constantine will get the same starting lineup. And
Positives all around, to be honest.
yeah,
There were positives all around. As Pradyumna said, the road is long, but we are here to stay. It's not
Ashwin,
as if it's
yep,
not
yep.
as if we're going to go somewhere else. Let's get the positives, and I think we'll
absolutely,
make it to the round of the
Absolutely.
next round. To be honest,
Yeah.
absolutely. Ashwin,
Yes,
do you see Constantine tweaking that starting 11 against Bahrain, or do you see him go with the same?
I think he is going to stick with the same lineup. I think probably out is Nazari, and I think JJ should start because we need to score a lot of goals
I
against
think he's going
Bahrain.
to get JJ in for Nazari.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, he will, he will. Okay, it's
he will.
Bahrain, it's Bahrain. It's going to, the centre back pairing is going to be strong because some of the centre back pairs do play in the UAE league, like clubs like Al Ahly and those playing in the AFC Champions League. The centre back pairing is strong, but the defensive midfield isn't great of Bahrain. That's why they are conceding so many goals. That's why they are not, able to pull out those results, and they would have pulled out a surprise results considering the brilliant goal that they scored against UAE, because that was a wonder strike. Not wonder strike as such, but they got the goal convincingly. So Bahrain as such is not showing a convincing display altogether, just like the UAE, who's just struggling to get victories. Come on, let's be honest. UAE just played direct football and got those 2 goals, and one of them was a messed up approach by our own defenders. So against Bahrain, it should be convincing given the fact that we are riding high on confidence and we are proving everyone wrong. The
Hmm.
intent behind
Absolutely
the team
correct.
needs to be clear, because this team is not looking like they want to play good. This team is looking like they want to prove everyone wrong.
Yep.
And the intent
They will.
that's there when you want to prove somebody wrong is much more and much better than when you're already at the top and when you're comfortable showing your own quality. So that's why we
ACP
have a chance
ACP
here.
on fire today. ACP on
AC,
fire.
ACB just wants his media person to come out. He's soon going to be a doctor, right?
Shyam, also one thing that comes to my mind is Sunil Chetri had an off day. That
Sorry.
again, so Sunil Chetri had an off game against UAE. Uh, Seeing him against Thailand, a brace against Thailand, that wonder goal on the counter, and then the chances that he missed, probably the one where he just shot it wide. It went wide. He thought he
Yeah,
had put it in the far corner, but
yeah,
it was an off day for him, like one of those days. And the funny part is, people who don't follow were commenting Sunil Chetri was the worst player on the pitch.
What?
Like, Yes, some of the groups
Because
that
they were like,
Sunil Chhetri was the worst player on the pitch. I didn't even want to argue, but I thought of getting back. But then I was like, "Kya kare? What do I tell these people? Worst player on the pitch." After he's dragged this team so much, after that he's put in performances, and that he's a man on a mission. He's the one who understands that 2011, the performances we put in, we missed the 2015 Asia Cup, and it's the 2019 Asia Cup where we were waiting for 8 years, and some comments were so disturbing. Sham, keen to hear from you to calm a bit nerves of these fans of some people who actually go extreme, like worst player on the pitch,
See,
worst player.
I
Prasad, how
wouldn't
does
say
it feel to be the Arsenal fan TV of India?
Uh,
oh,
Pradyumna, can you be the DT? You'll join him every week. Coming back to the question,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't say he had a really bad game.
yeah.
Captain had his like he was consistent. He was 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say it was bad. Missed chances, maybe unlucky a
uh-huh.
header which hit the goalkeeper. It was just straight to the goalkeeper. One of the chances where he couldn't slot it past, like just went wide. Uh, and talking about that comment where like everyone has their opinion, everyone has it's subjective. But I won't agree to that fact that he was really bad.
Hmm.
Absolutely.
No, he wasn't close to what he was. Like he wasn't close to what he was in the first
But,
game, but he wasn't that bad as he was.
uh,
What
but
people would
also
say. Yeah,
Yeah, Ashwin.
but also sec- but also seconding on to it, we could also see that he lost a lot of balls, good balls. Actually, you could also see that in the Thailand
yeah.
game.
The first
He
one
was
to
a bit
Ashik first the through ball
yep,
was
yep,
from
yep,
Chetri.
Hmm,
So
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
But yeah, but otherwise he looked a little bit rusty as
yeah,
well in the Thailand game as well. You could see some of his passes weren't the best. And normally at what he does, right? He normally passes quite accurately and quite strategically, you could say. But against Thailand as well as UAE, he lacked a little bit of performance. But
Yeah, dude,
otherwise,
that pass
obviously, we
against
know that.
Thailand. That
which he made up for it through the goals he scored.
Yep, yep. He
yeah,
made up for
bro,
the goal.
bro.
Fine, that's whatever. But he looked a
But
little bit rusty
do
overall.
you guys think the captain's armband added to the
I think
pressure or
yes, yes, it did, I suppose. I think Shandu could handle it better than Chetri at that moment. But yeah, probably I could agree on that, Sam.
but
Exactly.
for all of us it's Chetri who's the captain and someone
Chetri
else
is the captain on the pitch.
whoever is wearing the armband is captain for that night, but for
Yes,
the country it's Chetri. It's like
it's Chetri.
Sachin. It's
Always
what
going to
is
be
Sachin for
Chetri.
cricket. It's what Chetri is
Going to be
for football.
Chetri. That's very much obvious.
Yeah, one man who's on the mission clearly and who knows the importance. And Pradyumna,
Hmm.
before we go come to you, Ashwin,
Yeah.
the turnout was pretty good at the screening this time, what I
Yes.
felt,
Yes.
and can be much better in future as well. We have a lot of room, and it clearly it shot up after the Thailand game. We also
Solid.
had a screening in Navi Mumbai,
Yes.
and
Yay!
so, Ashwin, just brief the viewers who will be watching this video on the screenings for
Pradyumna, we are Mumbaikars from Navi Mumbai,
Uh,
so we kind of support
so
back
we
to
have a
you.
group.
inclination towards Navi Mumbai because it's closer to our house.
Dude, it's more accessible there. That's why.
Yeah, more than anything.
Ah,
Yeah, Prasad.
yeah, Ashwin. Back to you on the screenings. Yeah.
So the screening turnout this time around was close to 60 odd people at Three White Monkeys, and it was a pretty
Fantastic.
wonderful turnout. And you could see that the people were quite enthusiastic, and more importantly, even after conceding the goal, or see, even after losing, you could see people were still determined. They continued to the roads as well, and a lot of people joined us on the roads as well. So you could see there's a lot of belief as a team, as fans. We trust in our team, and we know everything that they're playing for is very important right now for Indian football as a whole. And you could see a lot of first timers coming in, those who have never watched Indian football or
Yeah.
probably not even watched football at all. I could see there were a lot of faces up there.
And
But
everyone went home with a smile.
yes,
Bro, yes.
everyone, and they dance and say after the match, even after losing, you will see there was a big motivation in us that it is going to be a very special AFC Cup this year. probably it is
It
going to
already
get.
has become till now. It's
It is
already become a
it
special
no,
thing till now.
even after losing against UAE, a lot of people could have been demotivated. Okay, saying, "अरे यार, आया पैसा waste भी हो गया, मजा भी नहीं आया." It could have happened. But then there was a different motivation. People were ready. अरे अगला मैच में तो फाड़ डालेंगे. झिंगन तो मचा देगा. झिंगन सर से और एक सर
Jingan,
फोड़ेगा.
Jingan, Jingan.
So, that's very good for Indian football right now. We need these people up here, and yes, and Indian football is doing well. Indian team is doing well, and our coach is also doing well. His press conference was brilliant.
Coach
That's
is
all I
doing
can.
well.
Yeah, he is
Yeah,
doing
he's
well.
doing well now,
मतलब
health-wise.
he's
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
well.
yeah. कर रहा है. Jokes
No,
aside,
but
तू
fine.
डॉक्टर है ना.
if you going back to his press conference, I think he had a wonderful press conference that day he gave. If you had listened to the audio ACP as well as Sham,
Yes, yes.
I think more positives. He was like, this team has been built over 4 years. A lot of people have been criticizing it. They don't have fucking rights. 1964 से अभी तक a lot of people will not do much, right? And these people are doing everything possible.
Right.
So let's not criticize. Let's get back behind their backs and let's keep supporting. I like the way he's approaching. Yeah, this attitude of people, a lot of people are taking us lightly, which is not
So
going to be the
contract
case.
extension for Constantine.
I don't know. Let's not get to it. ACB would love to comment on it, I suppose.
Yeah, and Pradyumna,
Yeah.
you've made some wonderful videos.
अरे बाप रे. Thank you.
Yeah.
ये छोटा
So
ये
Special
show
thanks
के
to,
लिए
to the
since
man who's on the panel, Shyam Iyer. He just gave me the chances, so it all just happened from there. So.
I'm getting to every one of you, but we need a strong message at the end of this video, which we
Yeah,
are
I
Okay.
have
going
a
to
strong
do.
message.
Which
Why are you
we
wearing your t-shirt ulta?
Forza
That's a
Goa पीछे
question
है.
and I need a answer.
Forza Goa पीछे है भाई. It's
गोवा पीछे से इंडिया आगे से.
अरे boy, शाबाश.
अरे रे.
but Pradyumna,
Yeah.
back to where I was. That
Yeah.
we are going to put out a strong message at the end of every video. Like Ashwin mentioned, that we need these people coming out for screening,
Right.
but who genuinely can't make. We can't force people to come to Three Wise. We can't force people to go to Navi Mumbai, but we surely can spread a message that they can tune in on match days, at least on Star Sports or Hotstar, and describe the significance of the Asian Cup, as because for the people who support Indian football and those who play, the sacrifices that they make, we know that this is our World Cup. This is our World Cup. This is the biggest tournament. This 1 week is going to be the like the best week of our lives, and we know. So your message to all those who will be seeing this video on Indian football.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Me as a person, I have been making contributions since the last 1.5 year to Indian football, be it club level, be it national level. The feeling is altogether different. We support European clubs, we support teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Arsenal, whatever
Oh,
your choice is. You support them, you realize that those clubs as well began on a local level. Their football also began on a local level. We have an opportunity here to create history. We have an opportunity here to be the first ever generation of a club fan base that is coming together in unison to support our own national team. And what's wrong in supporting a national team? We don't join together. We are not going to improve. We are not going to go into that level where we want to see ourselves in. 50 years down the line, when we play the World Cup, not 50 years, when we become a regular World Cup playing nation, we'll be looking back at our lives and seeing that we were the ones who actually ignited the,
Revolution, yeah.
we ignited the
revolution.
torch that become the blazing inferno, as Sham would recollect that statement from Antonio Conte. Anyway, going back to the Indian football scenario here. This is the moment. This is the time while we join hands together, because this time we can't make excuses. There are 300 odd people going there all the way from India to the United Arab Emirates. They've made their life savings. They've broken their piggy banks. They've gone all the way to the United Arab Emirates just to support Indian national team. And even they didn't believe that their team also has a chance of going to the round of 16. They've booked
Yeah.
tickets after the third group stage game. They were so confident that तीन मैच खेल के ही वापस आने वाले हैं, and now even they are hoping to stay there. If those 300 people can make it to the United Arab Emirates, what's your excuse of not watching at least 5 minutes of that match on Star Sports 3? What's your excuse going to be? I go to the hospital every day. I go to the casualty ward every day with this India scarf with me, tied to the back. I'm telling every senior doctor, resident, intern, whoever is there, watch the match. It's our country's situation right now. Cricket is not the only sport anymore because your cricket is involving only 14 nations. Our football needs 92 countries that played qualifiers,
Spot on.
and 92
Spot
Correct.
on.
countries playing qualifiers, 24 best teams in the continent coming together
As
with
a
the
good
likes.
as a good news, I'll give you like a few stats.
Yeah.
During our games, like whenever India's playing,
Hmm.
we are like the top 10 trending topics. Out of top 10, 9 of them are from India. The last time we played against UAE, it was 9 Indian football. Okay,
Exactly.
and 125,000 people tuning on Hotstar.
Hmm.
125. That's amazing.
Those,
That's
that,
that's
those,
That's positive news. That's
those,
very
staggering.
those are
positive.
numbers. Those are numbers that we are doing well. Those are
Exactly.
numbers which is pointing towards a progress,
Yep.
towards a good future,
Yep.
towards people changing their mentality of have like India only being a cricket country,
Cricketing nation. Yeah.
and recognizing the sport
Mm.
and recognizing the prospect of Indian football going ahead. Obviously, it's going to be better, and with people
Yep.
like you, me, Ashwin, Prasad, the blue pilgrims, all the fans, all the European club fans coming together, it's going to be better. It's going to be better with
Absolutely.
the club
Guys,
football and the Indian football progressing.
any
Exactly.
final thoughts on the UAE game or the Bahrain game or anything in general that you would like to say before we end? Going straight to Ashwin first.
So one special message for everyone up here: do watch the games. Do watch it wherever possible, whatever time possible. Try and give your best towards Indian football. We know we are doing well, and this is a time we all need everyone together, hand in hand, supporting our nation, supporting our country, our clubs, whatever. Forgetting our difference, and yes, uh, it's not only going to be a cricketing nation anymore. It is going to be a footballing nation, one of the best in the world soon, hopefully. And yeah, do tune in. We will back the Blues all throughout the AFC as well as throughout all the Indian games coming up in the near future for all the club games as well. Yes, and India will win hopefully 2-1 against Bahrain. That's my prediction of it.
Okay. Pradyumna, your message and your prediction as well for the Bahrain game.
I'd like to hear from Sham first. I'd like to hear from
Yeah,
Okay,
Sham.
okay, as you say. Come.
I'm gonna go to the mandir first. पहले मंदिर जाके नारे वाला भगवान बचा लो जिता दो ये वाला round. let's
Everything.
just let's just go past it, like whatever, just pray, like support the team, come out in numbers, go to the screenings, watch tune on to the TV, like watch the game, and let's get the win, and let's just progress and go as table toppers, maybe. Fingers crossed. And my predictions, maybe uh, a 1-0 victory to India.
Yeah. All mostly all of us are predicting a win. Even I'm predicting a win. Pradyumna, your turn. Like,
Okay, so just go out there, cheer your hearts out. It's the nation that's playing. What is the what's a better feeling than seeing the tricolor in the top 15 nations of
true that.
Asia? The
yeah,
tricolor
always.
is waving high. I'm having goosebumps while I'm imagining that scene. The
Correct.
national anthem is being
And
played at the
yes,
top
yes,
football
yes,
competition in the
yes,
continent. We have
yes.
a chance of hearing that national anthem for even more number of matches. What's the better thing than that? What's going to be better than seeing your own countrymen play their hearts out like never before, as if there's nothing to lose. The only thing that we need to do is just go out there, support, and just cheer for the team, wish them luck, and make sure we decimate Bahrain and take their revenge.
We
We
will, we
take
would.
absolute revenge against Bahrain. I guess it's going to be a 3-1 to Bahrain. I'm giving them a goal advantage because considering it's Bahrain. But 3-1 to India. We go into the round of 16 as group toppers
We
or
all heard it was
second
3-1
place.
Bahrain. I like
Three
that.
one
Yeah,
India, three
that's
one India, 3-1 India, 3-1 India,
You
three
said
one
3-1
India,
Bahrain.
no, 3-1
I'm like,
India,
okay,
3-1
Pradyumna,
against Bahrain, 3-1
like you're
against
gonna
Bahrain,
play
3-1
it like
India.
Conte, then play it, man. Like, okay.
Also, like with what I have to say, and what I've heard people saying is, यार दो pass नहीं कर पाते. First, watch the game and then comment. 3 years back or many years back, the situation was different. It's not like we are 3-1 down after 23 minutes. Also, like Pradyumna said, it gives me goosebumps. I don't need a reason. When I see my tricolor up there, there's that feeling that is invoked. I'm unconditionally going to support my country. My country comes first before any of the European clubs. We all agree that.
Yes.
However, and like Sachin said in the last episode, we can sleep at 3:30 in the morning watching European clubs and then go to work the next day in the morning at 7. This is the 9:30 p.m. kickoff. It's a prime time kickoff. We are returning from our offices wherever we are. Can we not just tune in to watch our country play 11 men, 18 men who have sacrificed their lives, who believe that they can take this nation forward, they can take this game forward? And that should be your thought process after seeing this video. We're going to do a lot more on Indian football. And I'd like to thank all the three of you, Shyam, Pradyumna, and Ashwin, for taking out time and sharing your valuable thoughts on the game and previewing the Bahrain game. I hope when we do it on Tuesday or the next episode, we are chanting first with with a few chants, of course, and
Yes.
celebrating run through
We
to the
got
round of
Pasi.
16.
So mad
Yeah,
Pasi.
but
Who
Prasad,
needs?
Prasad, just a special mention to you, man, because the
Yes.
Panenka view
Yeah,
has been,
absolute pleasure to be on
yeah,
Panenka
Doing
view
because
always.
we can actually, we can actually share what we actually feel about the game, especially the game
Yes.
in our country.
True.
But ignoring the fact that you're an Arsenal fan, you're doing a good job.
Apart from that, it's all good.
Apart from that, it's all good.
Uh, one more thing, yeah. And for people who might tune into the channel, they might find a lot of episodes on European football. But we promised we are going to start with Indian football soon. And you can see this is the third episode. This is the second video episode we are doing. We are intact with the Asia Cup, and leaving all those European comments aside, just don't make sure that you
Prasad,
listen
last
to our
episode का
messages.
पैसा नहीं आया. Just joking.
स्क्रीनिंग आ जा स्क्रीनिंग
पैसा नहीं है.
मेरी तरफ से आर्यन का स्क्रीनिंग मेरी तरफ से
Absolute pleasure to be on a Panenka view.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on Panenka
Yeah,
View.
absolute
But
pleasure.
guys, we have to do it regularly, and we will, and we have to spare 15 20 minutes, maybe half an hour for Indian football. That's our plan going forward, because we want the viewers to be familiarized with the starting 11. We want them to talk more and more. We want the revolution that has already begun to spread, to ignite. And so that I received a lot of complaints, not complaints, but I received a lot of messages saying, "यार starting 11 ही पता नहीं है." So let's do an episode someday.
Okay.
But at the moment, yeah, I received some messages. So there are people who want to watch.
Do
Like
they
I
know
said,
the starting 11?
no, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They,
That's what
they,
अबे
they,
छेत्री को वर्स्ट प्लेयर
they
बोलते हैं
want
यार,
to.
ये लोग से क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है भाई?
yeah. But still,
अपना काम है. We need to tell them that. Like,
yeah,
that's why
yeah,
we are here.
yeah,
That's why we
yeah.
have
And as
these kind of episodes.
and really, we've got Pussy and we don't need Messi. That might sound stupid, but you need to understand the emotion behind that. Is we are trying to talk Indian football here. I know
That's
that. I know it might
To
sound
all people
ridiculous.
who are trolling Pasi, he's a great guy and he's got great future. He's
Yes.
already, if given a chance, he'll score whenever he's given a chance. To be honest.
Correct, correct.
I, yes, he would.
So,
जमशेदपुर वाला बंदा है ना, जमशेदपुर का प्लेयर है, पूरा सपोर्ट कर रहा है.
oh my God, that
The
came-
views are of my own. I don't represent anyone over here. These are my own views.
Okay. Now, please don't forget the purpose of being on this video is to be united and not to be Manchester United, to be united as one, and make sure that we speak about Indian football, and that's the message. So, guys, if you're listening to me, make sure to come to Khar at Three Wise Monkeys, just 2 minutes away from the station. For those who can't make it to Khar, like Mr. ACP, go.
Yeah, do watch me on
and-
Star Sports 3 by the way.
yeah, Star Sports 3. I'm coming. Those who can't make it,
Yeah, we have for free.
go to Navi Mumbai, and also if you can't go anywhere, just tune into Star Sports 3 Hotstar, and make sure to watch this video because
We have,
we have a
lot,
lot of
we have a
messages.
lot of streaming links online right today.
True.
from now on. So you can
Imagine,
just
imagine
go and watch it anywhere.
you are having streaming links for Indian football, guys.
Yes,
We are definitely
Yes, so
improving. जुगाड़ में देख
Absolutely.
रहे हैं Indian football.
काफी win, like
Exactly.
big win.
So, guys,
and
thank you so much once again. And Ashwin, like we are wrapping up. Anything like again, once again, anything like you would want to say?
the only one thing, there are a lot of people also streaming live on Instagram as well for you all. If you guys just go around some names, just go and search Indian football fans. They're actually streaming the whole match on Instagram live. So anyone, you have options to look at, right? So ACB, your thoughts on that?
Hmm.
No, no thoughts on that, man. I'm absolutely proud by the fact that अपने streaming links आ रहे हैं जुगाड़ वाले.
Streaming like
We
how?
are seeing, we
मैं
are using
भेजता हूँ तेरे
proxy
को.
servers. We are using proxy servers for Indian football. अच्छे दिन
ACB
actually आ गए.
ACP is on fire. The Indian football team is on fire. Everyone is. We are making sure to bring you all the info, all the details, all the analysis here on the Panenka View a special episode. Guys, make sure to share this link everywhere. Although I have, but please make it to make it a possibility that a lot of people can see this. And let's just talk to three people. Tell them to talk to another three people. Let's do that. It is we who have to start talking more and more and more.
Yeah.
Even though we do, we have to start talking more. Just take the positives and make sure that we come back here next time with a big smile on our face. And hopefully, our team progresses as comfortably in the top two of Group A. So, thank you once again for joining us on the
Thank you.
panel interview. Hope to see you all.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, hope to see you all many more times in the future. Thank you, Shyam. Thank you, Pradyumna, for those valuable inputs. Thank you, Shyam, for analyzing, for sending such a lovely message. Thank you, Ashwin, for
Thank you.
being such a great guy at the screenings as well, with the chants and familiarizing everyone with the chants and making sure
Thank
that
you.
the people enjoy the game. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
guys.
Prasad. Thank you,
Thank you,
Prasad.
Prasad.
Goodbye.
Yeah, signing off.
Jai Hind.
Signing. Jai Hind.
Yeah.
Jai Hind. Back the Blues.
Back the blue Tigers.